Hi everyone, thanks for coming through to this video. Today we are going to draw the wreath that you can see there. The final image will look like this. We're going to go through it step by step and I'll show you everything you need to do. So this is one of the Christmas themed, if you look back at the channel, there should be a whole lot of Christmas themed drawings for November 2022. I do all of the drawings, there are 10 altogether, 10 designs, and then I show you ways to colour them in, either with paints, pencils, pens, I vary it. You can also join the channel and get access to all the download sheets that look like this so that you can follow along. So you get one side is the step-by-steps and the other side is left spare for you to draw on. I also make them that way so that they can fit in my new system of sketchbooks. And sorry, you'll have to forgive me, I have brain fog, so I sometimes forget my words. And so we've got, this is going to be the Christmas section. I've already done the snowflake, and then we're going to go through, this is just my doodles, and we did summer as a theme, and we also did fairies as a theme. So what I do is I put them all together, and I call it chameleon sketchbooks because there's all sorts of different types of papers in there. Rather than having just one sketchbook with one type of paper in that you buy the sheets from me, you buy the starter kit, and you're away. Also, the idea is that you just use the rings when you go out, and you just take the papers with you that you need rather than carrying a whole book with you. You can just take a few different sheets, the equipment you need. So if it's watercolors, you take your watercolors, you just take the sheets, and when you get back you can put it in your sketchbook. All right, so it's something you can do yourself. You can go and buy the bits that you need, but I will be putting everything you need on my website probably by January. November, December is quite busy for me. I am an artist working, and I do have, if you look at my websites below, I do have my businesses that I'm running as well as YouTube. So I'm a busy girl. Okay, let's get going. What you need is a pencil, HB 2H or 2B. What you need is a kneadable eraser, so that I'll show you how to use that. It just gently picks up pencil. A normal eraser rubs it out quite harshly. You might want some liner pens. I've got a 03 and a 01, 03 for general outline and 01 for the detail, which I will show you how to do. And yeah, I think that's everything. If you could subscribe, like, comment, I'd appreciate it. I am new. This is my third proper month of doing these designs for you as a package. And as I say, if you join as a member, you get bonus videos and you get the downloads. Let's get going. Step 1, right. You don't have to do it exactly as it is on there, right? It's about getting the idea of some basic leaf shapes and some bauble shapes, and that is pretty much it. You can put them wherever you want. So the best thing I would do is to say, draw a circle in the middle where you think you'd like your wreath to be, and then draw a guideline. Don't be perfect about it. Yeah, this is a wreath, it's made out of natural objects. Draw another circle around. I'm not sure you can even see that. I've done it so faintly. If I tilt it away from the light, you can see that a little bit. Yeah, I don't really want to press any harder than that, because if I do, you'll see it, and I don't want you to see it once it's done, if that makes sense. I want you to see it now. So now you can see that I have lightly drawn out some of the shapes already, just to help me, because I'm having to think about multiple things when I'm recording, such as the equipment, making sure it's all working, talking to you, try not to be too fast, try not to have my brain fog. So I actually really do need to have that basic shape layout for me. So basically all we're doing is we're going through and we're drawing in some bauble shapes and some leaf shapes. Like I've said to you, just put them wherever you want to put them. Okay, now I do have the basic layout already mapped in. So for me, it makes it easier to show you. I don't want you to worry too much about exactly where they are. So what you could do is draw in the circles. Okay. Just draw in some circles where you want them to be, and then afterwards you can draw your leaf shapes in, okay, and you go over the top, and then you'll just rub out where the circle is that you don't need, that bit. Okay, so I am literally making it up as I go along. Let's put some berries in there. I'm not sure if there were berries there, but hey ho, let's put some in. have mapped in where the baubles were, but nothing else really. So some berries again. Let's have some other leaves. Some can be bigger than others. It really is your choice. So what I suggest you do with this video is, with all of them, watch them all the way through. If you haven't been here before, watch them all the way through, get an idea of what we're doing, and then come back and start from scratch with a clear idea of what the end product is going to be. Okay, so we are just basically getting an idea of where everything's going to be. Now there are some gaps on there, so I suggest where the gaps are, you leave a few gaps there, because the next stage in those gaps, we are going to be drawing in more of these berry shapes. Can you see? I mean, I've drawn some in, so what you could do if you wanted to was to draw them in now as we go. Yeah, so you've got there baubles and leaves, and then the berries on the next one. We don't need that up, so we just have that one up. But like I said, if you want to draw some berries as you go, then that's fine. If not, if you want to do that on the next stage, then you can as well. Up to you. Yeah, it's just fun. It's something that you could have quite simple on a card. So yeah, I think it's quite nice to do it all in one go, even though it's showing step by step. That's the first step. Then you put the berries on. I think those two can be done together. It's easier if you do, in a way. But they are different steps officially. But often when these are designed, sometimes I design them, sometimes I'm so busy that I have another designer design them for me. And so once I actually get the designs, I think, how would I do this? And I would do it all in one go. Draw another bauble there. I think there was a bauble there somewhere, wasn't there? There's a few dotted around. But like I say, I've only done a rough map out, and we've only drawn the circles. So really, it's just a case of just going with the flow, you know? Just, we're drawing leaves. It's a simple shape, like a teardrop shape. And we're filling in the spaces just to try and make it look nice. And I am doing the berries at the same time. You don't have to. Literally just draw them wherever you want. And remember, you don't have to come right up to that circle, because nothing in nature will perfectly fit into that circle. There will be leaves sticking out here and there. Draw the leaves in different variations of size. You might have some wider ones, you might have some thinner ones, you might have tiny ones. That's the aim here, I think, is just variation. And keep looking up and think, I quite like the idea of a bauble there, there's one there. Yes, just keep an idea of, keep looking, and it will give you an idea of anything you may have missed, or anything you think that on your design. You may even think that you've had a better idea, and that's fine. Incorporate it. These are just ideas to help you get started. Now, once we've drawn in the basic layout of our wreath, we are going to see there, like, you can draw the berries in. It's easier in some ways to keep that all as one step, and that's fine. And then you've got the leaves all around it, bumped up together. Okay, so we'll have another bauble there. I think I'll have another one here. We can have another one there, that's fine. And then just have some leaves coming out the back from it. Make sure that they're coming from all directions, as I said before. Coming from different directions. Not sure what that was, but that was not a leaf. Let's try doing that again. We can have it curling round like that. Yeah. That's fine. And so you're basically just doing the same thing all the way around until you're happy with it. Now, I will say to you, when you come to the next level, you probably will change things as you go. So press quite lightly. I'm having to press a little bit harder because you need to see what I'm doing. Just drawing some more leaves there. Okay, and then one can come from there. Vary, as I said, vary those shapes of leaves. And you could have bunches of them coming out. I like the idea of having that little bunch of leaves there, and they can be underneath each other as well. Sometimes you've got leaves hidden under leaves, haven't you? So I'm gonna keep, I'm recording, love. So I'm gonna keep coming around and adding in these leaves. So there we go. Sorry, that was my son interrupting. Even though I tell them I'm recording, I still get the mum. Okay, so I think I might put another bauble in there. Some more leaves. There we go. And some more there. Okay, so there's not very many berries over here, so I'm just going to draw some in. Now remember, I think what we will do, which I haven't done in the past, is I am going to go over them with pen when I've decided on a finished design. Okay, so as you can see, it's not much different from that one, but it is different because I put different things in different places. You can't really copy it perfectly because you'll end up finding that very frustrating. It's just doing those leaf shapes amongst some kind of circle bauble shapes and some berries. Keep it simple, don't worry about it, okay? Just stick them here, there and everywhere, all over the place. It will look fine eventually, and we will add more as we go, because once we start putting the detail, which is next, so we've got the berries, which I've been adding as we go, we're going to add in detail. Now all the detail is, we've got three things to do with the detail. We've got to draw a strip like that. See, when I go too close you can't see very well. We'll just draw little strips to show the light glimmering, and then a little one there. So that's it for baubles. The berries, well, you're going to need a pretty sharp pencil to show these. So if you don't get the detail in, it's fine. But on the berries, there should be little circles to show the top of the berries. But in all honesty, I mean, we can go in with our liner pen, our 01 liner pen, which is much thinner, and do that after, which I think we might have to do. Yeah. I mean, I can get them in. But it's tricky. I think it will be easier when we go in with the pen afterwards. Now the leaves is the other bit that we need to do. So all we're doing, as you can see on the picture, we're drawing a long line down the center of the leaf, and we're just drawing some little lines, not stick lines, wiggly lines, to show the pattern in the leaf. I'll put that in the middle of the camera there for you. Okay, so a wiggly line down the middle, and then veins. Right, so I mean, this is not a difficult drawing, but it is quite a time consuming adding that detail. So what you could do is stop there without the detail and colour and paint it and draw it just as it is. Okay, so rather than me going through all of that detail in pencil, I'm going to start going in with pen now and just finish off for you. I don't want you to watch me draw it and then watch me go over it in pen. So I'm going to come round. This is a 03, and I'm going to use this along with the 01, and I'm going to chop and change to draw my veins like that, okay, because that's a much thinner nib. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 03 to draw the leaves and the main line down the middle, okay, like that, and then I will come in afterwards to draw the veins. And it's actually when you do it in pen that you start to see it to come to life a little bit, yeah. But I recommend, as you're learning, if you are learning and you're a beginner, to draw everything in first. But I don't want you sitting there watching a long video, watching me draw the same thing over and over again. So please feel free to fast forward on if you get the idea. I'm also going to go around any of my large baubles like that. Make sure they're hidden underneath anything else I have drawn on top, and that will give it a nice 3D effect. Sometimes the baubles will be on top, perhaps sometimes they're peeping out. Okay, like that one, it's just peeping out. And then you can start to see, can't you, that it's coming to life a little bit. And keep adding as I go. But as I say, if you're learning and you're a beginner and you don't feel comfortable coming in and drawing straight away with pen, don't do it. Do what makes you feel comfortable. There's another bauble there. Okay, so I'm now, no, I don't want the thin one yet. I'm going to draw in my berries as well as we go with the 03 nib, because it's still quite thick, but it means I can go into the center of them with the 01 when it's time to do that fine detail. Okay, and do some more berries here, and you basically put them wherever you want. And this is where, if you think you've missed a gap or anything like that, you can go back and fill in. Once you've done all of the 03, the thicker nib work, you can come back, rub out the pencil, and then just put your detail in, because you don't need all that pencil behind then. You've done the hardest bit. You've done the difficult bit of fitting everything in. I'm going to have that coming over the bauble just a little bit, just hanging over. I like that. Yeah, so remember, different sized leaves, and just have fun with it. Yeah, don't try not to be too precious about it. Even if this is going on the front of a card, people won't be looking as closely. You think they are, but they're not looking as closely as you are. They're looking at the overall design. So keep stepping back and thinking, does it look right overall? As long as it looks right overall, it's fine. You're winning. So I'm just going to keep doing that. We had a leaf coming that way and that way. I haven't done the center lines. I think I'm going to save that for the 01 center lines of the leaves, because I think they need to be nice and slim as well, because some of the leaves, some of them are all right, but I think the thinner pen would be much easier. And then you'll see the clear lines of all the actual items, but then the thinner lines will be in the middle. I'm just going to pause one moment, hold on. See if I can get my screen to work. Okay, sorry about that interruption. That was my son wanting to go out, and yeah. So anyway, let's carry on. I'm drawing in again the leaves. I'm just going over what I've drawn. Big leaves, little leaves. Some will be underneath the others. When you come to colour in these, you bear that in mind, because there'll be shadows. I will show you how to do that when we go over the colouring in stage, where I show you how to do them in watercolours. Some are in acrylic. I do sometimes in pastels, and sometimes in coloured pencil, but not as often. Not my favourite medium. It takes a long time. Watercolour I love. So yeah, I'll show you the different mediums. as we go along. So as you can see, we're getting there. We're nearly done putting that first layer down. Nearly done. So as I say, if you are watching this far, you can just fast forward all of the repetitive pen work. As long as you've got the idea, you know where you're going. There's some cherries in there, berries, cherries, whatever you want to call them. Some there on the edge as well. Another leaf in there, I think. And you just, if you come across a gap in yours, then just put something in it. Just a little leaf or some little berries. You just go all the way around and keep filling in the spaces. Because if it is a wreath in real life, the spaces will be filled in. There we go. Is it all done? I think so. I might just put a little leaf poking through there, and perhaps a little leaf there and there underneath, because some gaps there and it doesn't look like it's doing anything. Perfect. So we're at the point now where we can just rubble the pencil, get it out of the way, because otherwise it confuses us for putting the detail in. So do that carefully, try not to scrunch up the paper. Get in there. Okay, so we're going on to the detail now. Now you'll notice on the sheet, as on screen, what we've already drawn is greyed out, and we're focusing on what's black darkened. So we're going to go into the baubles and we're going to do the line work. So we're going to create on the baubles just those two little lines to give them the appearance of shine and light shining on them. Okay. There we are, there's another one. And you can put them on different sides. They don't have to be in the same place. The light will be hitting them from different directions. So it's literally just two lines, go around all the baubles first so that you don't forget any. As I say, any place on the baubles will just give the impression of some shine. Here we go, there's another one. I think I've done all the baubles. Oh, there's a little one here. So we'll draw that one in. I think I've done them all. We might come across some as we're going round, and that's fine. So now I'm going to go in and draw the actual veins on the leaves. We want to keep them wriggly. Don't do them like sticks, yeah? So not straight lines, because the leaves will be moving and bent and twisted, so we need to reflect that in the drawings. Okay, so keep doing that. Make sure that they are, though, veining to the top of the leaf and pointing that way, and this is where it starts to come to life a little bit. Now when we come to paint them, we may not include so much of the vein work, because it's more about the colour and the shading and things like that. So what I tend to do is colour every design but in one way, so that you can go off and use whatever medium you like, but you'll see how I've done it. So I try and chop between watercolours and coloured pencils and pastel pencils, depending on how I think the design suits. I mean, watercolors, you can pretty much paint everything in watercolors and acrylics. But colored pencils, that varies really for me on what I think colored pencils or the pastel pencils can really do. Like if it's really fine details, you can get that in with acrylics quite nicely. Watercolors is a bit more difficult to get in, but can be done because it's quite fluid. The pastels again is quite smooth, and unless you've got pastel pencils, you won't get as much detail in. So yeah, I try and mix it up to show you how to use different mediums and what they're good for. So yes, I am still yapping away, but please feel free to fast forward as I fill in these leaves. Can I also remind you about joining my channel so you get all of these download sheets. So far I've added summer and fairies. They're the last 2 months worth, and the summer one had quite a lot. I think there was about 14 sheets, but from now on there will be mostly about 10 unless I do extras. There's 10 sheets. On YouTube I show you how to draw all of them, and then on YouTube I show you how to colour them and paint them. But on the membership of my channel on YouTube, you get some bonus videos, you get some little extras. And in time, if you say in the comments, oh, I'd like to do this, I'd like to see this, or whatever you want, just let me know, and I can either add it to the membership as an extra, or I can do it in the videos. So I'm just actually trying out the dots on the berries, and actually works really well with the thin liner. So yeah, go for that. I would go for the thin liner, and you can see how the leaves have all come to life as well. Just going to draw some more berries in where there's some gaps. With the thin liner it's fine, and it actually helps because I can fit a few more in, and wherever I look, like there was a space. I really don't want to have too much white space. Doesn't matter if you have some, because when you come to colour, you'll just colour it in anyway as though it's a leaf in the background. So hopefully when I'm not talking, you can just watch. I know that the voiceover cuts out, but I try not to have music on my channels, because then you can be playing your own nice relaxing music in the background. You don't have to put up with whatever I've chosen. I tend to only use music on my time lapses, and then usually it's fun music. Fun music. Sometimes slow. But yeah, as I say, it should cut out when I'm not talking, so that it's silent for you. And you can just watch. Put some music on in the background and just relax and watch it unfold. Anyway, if you do have a go at this and you're enjoying this, thanks for coming by. I do appreciate it. I'd love to see what work you've done. So this is actually a level 1. It's a level 1 because of difficulty, not detail, okay? Because actually, once you've got the leaf shape, once you've got the round baubles and the berries in, you're away. It's not overly, it's just repetition really. Repetition with the detail that makes it look as though it's trickier than it is. So I'm just going round, filling in all the leaves. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Yay. But once you've done the initial design, you can copy it and you can print your cards on it for Christmas. Print it on your cards. You'll have a lovely design there. And what you could do is you could print it as you've drawn it and then colour it in once you've got the cards. So you can do like handmade cards by using the prints from it. If you have a printer, or you can, you know, there's printing services out there that will print them off quite cheaply for you, I'm sure. Or draw lots. Right, I'm going to go around all the berries now and just put a little dot. Now, if I can't do the circle, I'm literally just going to do a little dot. Some of them are very small, but if I can get a circle in, I will, because it looks good. It looks like it's the shine on the top of the berry. And then if there are any gaps in between, I will add more as I go. I'm just going. There we are. This is, again, a repetitive action, so feel free. I will try and do, hopefully I will have done the chapters for you, so you will not have to worry about watching me the whole time, or like I do sometimes, watching a video, just fast forward me along. Get to the point you want to get to. Okay, so even those berries are coming to life now, just from simply putting those little circles on top to show that they're berries and they have the top. And I haven't drawn that leaf in. I think that was bothering me actually. I was like, what's going on there? Because I hadn't drawn it in. And what I'm going to do, because that one's sticking, I mean, you could go on forever though. I think I'm just going to draw another leaf in there. Kind of, yeah, it doesn't look so awkward on its own now. I'm just going to draw a few more in the background as well. Remember, we can colour the background if there are any gaps, but as you can see from this, there are not many gaps there, so don't worry too much. Berries, have I done all of the berries? I think I may have. So there's some bits down here that are gaps, so I'm just going to draw in a few more berries just because I can. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, you can join the membership for a small amount every month, have all the download sheets available, have all of my tutorials, bonus videos on there, and yeah, please subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you get updated when my videos come out. And I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to go on to the next one now. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.